is your connection to the landscape? Is it hunting, fishing, four-wheeling? Maybe it's hiking or camping. But how connected are you? Can you name every wild edible in your backyard? Can you see every track? Do you know which trees to use for your bows, for your snowshoes? Again, how connected to the landscape are you?
I've been living at the Maine Apprentice Skills School for the last 3 months, and my only regret is that I have to leave and go home. The apprenticeship is one of the best educational programs that I've ever been in. It's pretty free form, and there's a lot of room to work on pretty much anything you're interested in, from herbal medicine to wild plants, primitive hunting, stealth in the woods, camouflage. I've been learning more every day this summer than I have for years in the past. A number of other primitive skills schools and taking classes in these skills other places, and I can definitely say that the Maine Apprentice Skills School offers the highest quality of instruction, the highest level of mentoring, and the greatest depth of knowledge on these skills that I've found anywhere. So for me, the apprenticeship program is well worth it for the price. It would be well worth it for many times the price. If you get a chance, come over and play. It's really great, and I promise you won't regret it.
My name is John Stabler. I live in Texas near San Antonio, and I just spent 5 days in Maine at the Maine Primitive Skills Schools. I did their scout training, which was an amazing training. It helped me get more connected to the wilderness, nature, and the other students in the school too. It was a small group school. We only had 8 students. We had as many as 4 instructors. We got tremendous attention. The instructors were, they're just wonderful, very personable, very friendly. We couldn't make mistakes, you know, it was all about learning. We had a lot of action. We weren't just sitting taking notes, and in fact, they didn't give me time to take all the notes I wanted to. We had to get up and do stuff. We had to get out there and really practice and learn the skills, which are wonderful. And through the process, I've got more connected to nature, and I've also got more connected to the community of people that are interested in this stuff, that want to reconnect with our place in the world, the natural order of things. And it's been a wonderful experience, and even though it's a long way from home, I'm sure I'll be back, and I'm really looking forward to the next time. So, you want to get out of your rut, but something that's real, take off those earbuds, close that laptop, turn off the iPhone, and get out here in the real world. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Braden, and I came to the Maine Primitive Skills School about a week and a half ago to take the Earth Living 1 and 5-day scout courses. I wanted to give a testimonial. It's sort of a difficult thing because there's so much in here that you learn that it's difficult to express all of it in a verbally or in a short period. The thing that I can say is you learn a lot about yourself through learning about how you interact with the world around you. The best way to figure out what you're doing or who you are is to understand the impact that you leave on everything that you walk through. And I think that that was a big part of both of these courses. And it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. It's so hard to describe, but it's a beautiful thing. And if you have any interest in figuring out what the trees behind your house are, or where the animals are, or what they do, you want to get connected with your world, and more specifically with yourself, just come. There's nothing better you could do for yourself.
There's too many beautiful things to say about this place. You don't really get a lot of women in places like this. And when I think about it, there aren't very many people, women that I know, that would want to come do this. But I think the beauty in a female energy coming here is that there's such a strong male presence. And that when you remove the ego, it's just these really unique energies mixing together. And that's what I really experienced from this scout class that really touched my heart. Was there was no bias. It was just I was a part of the team and I was valuable. And you know, we spent like hours just lying in the woods getting chewed up by mosquitoes and covering ourselves in dirt. And it breaks through any sort of boundaries that you have about what you can do. Personally, what women can do. It's a shame that more women don't come here, because it's just so much fun. You know, when you hear like survival, primitive skills, people get really afraid of the kind of personalities that'll be there, stereotyping it, judgment. You know, they're worried about being judged, so in turn they judge something else. But what I love about Maine Primitive Skills School is that Mike is like the heart, the backbone, the heart, and we'll do crazy, manly skills, and you know, we all have smiles on our faces. There's no yelling, there's no militant anger towards it. It's very simple and happy, and there's joy in each movement, each moment, and the energy is so positive all the time. And you know, if you screw up, it's okay. How are you supposed to learn if you don't make mistakes? And Mike really makes it okay for that to happen. And I think that's what keeps me coming back is, one, the skills are really, really fun. And Mike's energy has created a really loving and beautiful atmosphere. It draws me in. And you know, we'll finish our 5-day scout class, and because he works so hard, I want to clean the entire shop. I want to sweep and mop and broom. I could do it all day just because, like, he can't do it all, and he needs help, and you want to help him for all his beautiful words and his wisdom and his sharing of knowledge, and his really is like the best place ever. I've been to a lot of cool places in the past 6 months that have all made me really happy, but it's different here. And you know, you make me tired, and you work hard, and you feel like you're going to jelly, and Mike will let you have a nap, and then he'll kick your butt again and make you go do something else. Go drill fire or something. Or run around the woods for hours, or cover yourself in dirt and get all muddy and, I don't know, camouflage. Other primitive skills places that I've been, you know, one in particular is they sit you down and they make you write down notes about everything. The thing that like you learn with public school and that kind of style is just writing everything down is it doesn't touch your heart. And if it's not touching your heart, then how are you supposed to remember it? I have a great memory, but it's short. And if I don't use my hands, my own 2 hands, to spend that 2.5 hours to make my first fire, or that hour to learn how to make the top work correctly with the right amount of weight, I'm not going to remember it, and I can't teach it, and I can't help people, because I don't have that experience. And this place is hands-on, you do stuff. You might not cover as much as just sitting there and writing the notes down, but you remember it, because it's in your heart. I can't think of a better place, a better environment, a better mic. There's 2 mics, actually. They're both awesome. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful, the life you see here. And the changes that are formed in your head. That's it. Taylor Ackerman from Maine Primitive Skills School. No egos. Happy energy. That's it. This is the best. This is a place I'm going to come to for the rest of my life.
The road starts here. Here's the road less traveled. Come here, try it. Something small. Build up on it. See how it makes you feel. I mean, you can't put it in words to somebody that hasn't done it. It's the road less traveled. It's taking that leap. And as far as, you know, oh, it's tough out there in the woods doing all that stuff with the bugs and the, well, you know, you have bugs in your house, your boss bugs you, And there's a lot of bugs in this world.
Right.
So, you know, take the natural ones that are meant to be there and try it.
Hi, I'm Sean, here at the Maine Primitive Skills School. We just completed a Scout 5-day course. This is my second course here in Maine. My first course was Earth Living 5-day in 08. This is 2011. I'll be back. This place is amazing. I haven't given you any reason for that yet, but I will. As soon as you pull in the driveway here, a sense of peace steals over your body. There are no egos here, no pressure, zero pressure. Nobody's going to ask you to do anything you don't want. It's amazing in the world we live in, most of the time. The amount of knowledge here and understanding and empathy is incredible. One thing that keeps me coming back to this circle of influence is the groups of people I meet, the students. Such an eclectic group, different walks of life, different upbringings, different income levels, all here for one purpose, to get reconnected to a world we all have forgotten or set aside. I believe everyone owes it to themselves to come to the Maine Primitive Skills School. It's small groups, small classes. We had 8 for the Scout 5-day. Short classroom periods with note-taking, followed by practical application every time. And you just can't beat that. This is the best kept secret in the primitive skills world. And I will be back. Thank you.
My name's Mike. I'm an apprentice at the Maine Primitive Skills School. I was an apprentice here in 2010 and now again in 2000. I wanted to be an apprentice at the Maine Primitive Skills School because I had taken a series of classes the summer before, and I realized that there was something really special in the skills that were being taught at this school. It seemed like that these skills weren't being taught in other places. Mistakenly, I thought they were being taught at different schools in different places. At second glance, when I really sat down and thought about what I had learned and gone over the experiences of that first summer when I started taking classes, I realized that there was something really special happening here. There was a community of people that actually cared about my personal growth and development. If you're thinking about doing an apprenticeship here, I'm going to give you some things to consider about these skills, about the primitive skills and the survival skills. I know there's a lot of other good schools out there on the landscape. But I feel like Maine Primitive Skills School has a couple advantages. It seems like there's a couple different ways of thinking. There's these really hard, kind of raw survival skills of, you know, building a debris hut and going out there with a big machete and all the power and self-confidence that comes along with that. And that's kind of cool. But then there's this also way of thinking where the kind of naturalist way of thinking, kind of John Young Wilderness Awareness School compared to the original survivalist hard skills way of thinking with Tom Brown and Tracker School and stuff like that. And I feel like what the Maine Primitive Skills for the past 20 years or so is kind of fused those two minds together and created this whole brain. The Maine Primitive Skills School has a series of senior instructors who have been teaching these skills for many years, 20 plus years for most of them, which accounts for, you know, hundreds of years of teaching and learning these skills. Being an apprentice at the Maine Primitive Skills School plugs you into a community. I think that's really what puts us apart from the other schools out there, is that the minute you step in and sign up as an apprentice, you're part of a community of people who pretty much care about you and care about where you're going and where your growth is, and people who are watching you in a loving way and can see, okay, this person is really interested in fire making. Okay, who are some of the people in our community who are also really good at fire making? And the director and the other folks, the head instructors, will go around and they'll look for stuff like that. And then they'll say to you, oh, you're really interested in fire making. You know, Nick's, he's a really good fire maker, been doing it for years, and you know, he's got all the bow drill and the hand drill and the fire drill and the fire plow, and he's got it all down. Why don't you go talk to him? And then connections like that are made. When you plug into a community like this, there are always experts around every corner. The difference is the class size and the hands-on experience. So many people come through here and they say, man, I learned this at the tracker school, but I never got a chance to actually do it, and it was never instructed to me in this way, or I never had this person in front of me who's an expert at the skill, who actually cares whether or not I'm getting it or not, and are going to help me through the little nuances of carving the notch this way instead of this way. Or, you know, those are just examples. A lot of people say really good things about the school in comparison to other schools because we have a small class size. There's a community of people who are always coming in the door, coming out the door, who are well trained in these skills, assistant instructors who are willing to help out, who are happy to help out because it's fun. These skills are fun and sharing them are fun, and that's the kind of attitude that's at the school all the time. You know, if you're interested in bow making, there's somebody who has been making bows for years and years and selling bows and teaching how to make bows and ash baskets, and you know, not one person can be an expert in everything, but with the community here, it's like there's always stuff to learn. The education system that's put in place is very sophisticated compared to our modern view on education. The people who teach here have studied education, and they're really good at it, which is rare. You know, you can find people who are really good at different skills. You know, you can find somebody who's really, really good at lighting fire or building shelters or living, you know, survivalist. Without the ability to teach other people the skills that you have, you know, why are you really doing this then? They are really good at what they do. Not only teaching the skills, they're good at that, but they're also really good at the skills themselves. They have tons of dirt time. We have instructors who have walked across the country barefoot and spent years traveling, living in debris huts, foraging for their own food, and living in the way that these skills are taught. People actually live these skills that are being taught, and that's really rare. That's really rare to find that. During the classes here, there's what seems to be some type of open curriculum where there's an idea of what the instructors want to cover during the class, but it's not something where, you know, 11 o'clock comes, we have to stop what we're doing to move on to something else. It creates this almost timeless state for the classes, which is really cool because every single class that I've been to, and I've probably been to over 40 classes now over the course of the last 3 years, every single one is its own unique adventure. By the end of a day, you can't remember what happened that morning. It seems like it was weeks ago. That is how intensive the classes are, and at the same time, because of this free-flowing schedule, you know, the assistant instructors and the instructors are keeping an eye. Are we burning people out? You know, are we working people too hard? Okay, let's slow down. You know, there's that kind of compassion and that kind of awareness going on. It's really nice to be part of a community like this. As an apprentice here, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. I see people come through here, and you will as an apprentice too, every single week, who are just fired up to learn these skills, to learn more, to come back to another class. The skills here run deep with the community. You know, if somebody's going through a hard time, there's always somebody in the community there to help you. Whether it's the hard skills or the soft skills or just somebody to talk to, there's always somebody there. A baseline of adventure, a baseline of story. Living here as an apprentice, every single day is a story. The teaching is always going on, outside of classes and inside of classes. And at the end of the day, there's a story to tell, and we're usually looking back on it, laughing and giggling about what had happened. It's because of this community that I'm deciding to settle down and live around here. You know, I don't know what other school can provide something like that. It's been an amazing experience, and I don't ever want my apprenticeship to stop. I don't think it ever will, because I'll just always be hanging around this community and the people here and the people coming in, you know, helping them as you build on to your apprenticeship, you know, as the seasons go by and as you've taken a bunch of classes, you know, you may be plugged in to start teaching the skills. And that's what happened to me, and now I run programs, and I'm the homeschool director, and I'm being plugged into different things that are helping my own growth. It's giving me income teaching these skills. The possibilities are endless when you sign on with an apprenticeship with us. I would consider doing it. I know that my experience has changed my life and been really worthwhile. So best of luck out there, deciding what school you want to go to. I would recommend the Maine Primitive Skills School.